Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian car guy, and it's a mixed diaper report for today, October the 27th. I just came from my undiapered dentist where I got my crown put on, and I did not have to wear a diaper, which was very nice. Otherwise, your humble narrator would be going through the pending apocalypse with bad teeth, but it looks like I bought myself at least another year if the diapering gets really bad under the hair plug, man. Unfortunately, here I am at Kroger, and as you can see, they're all putting on their diapers like good little sheep, because I believe in the Wu Flu cult. Unfortunately, today I did not see a single soul in the entire Kroger not wearing their official garment, as the Mormons put it, the reference being to the holy underwear that some Mormons wear as a show of their faith. And as I've noted before in many columns and radio interviews and such, that's really what we're talking about here. It's about an article of faith. It's no longer about doing something that's rational and reasonable and prudent. And if you doubt what I be saying, then I recommend that you check out the facts for yourself and see what your personal risk profile is of dying from this virus, which is essentially something on the order of 0.00 something, assuming that you're not very elderly and very sick. Those two things together. The CDC itself points out that the typical coronaed person had 2.6, as they put it, comorbidities, which means serious chronic underlying health problems. Things like COPD and advanced cardiovascular disease, either of which will kill you without a shove in the back by the Wu Flu. Wu Flu might have been the thing, that the straw that broke the proverbial camel's back, but the point is, the take-home point here is that if you don't fall into either of those two categories, your chances of having any significant fallout from the Wu Flu are effectively nil. So it would make sense for very old, very frail, immunocompromised people perhaps to wander about wearing a medically useful respirator and goggles of some kind to protect themselves from getting a bug that might kill them, just like it would have made sense a year ago for them to do the same during the flu season. But it's nothing short of a cultic garment to walk around, or a cultic ritual to walk around being perfectly healthy, being not in an at-risk category, wearing a thing that has no medical purpose. A neck sleeve pulled up over your mouth? A neck sleeve? Seriously? Some old piece of cloth? A bandana? Or a dust mask like you'd wear if you were out in your wood shop trying to prevent breathing in wood particles? You really think you're going to stop the spread by wearing that? It's the most inane thing ever. And of course, as I've ranted about many, many times, but I'll continue to rant as long as I've got breath in me, there's this extraordinarily offensive presumption of sickness, this idea that everybody is now to behave as if they were in fact not only a disease carrier but a disease spreader. This is almost beyond my fairly formidable capacity to articulate in words evil. It is an evil thing to characterize people as suppurating lepers, and that is what we're talking about here. It's not about keeping the community safe. It's not about showing consideration for people. It's about kowtowing to an insane ritual. And that ritual, don't be deceived, is going to be expanded to other things. They've as much as said so, that this is the new normal, that we're never going back to life where people would walk around showing their faces. Stop and think about it a little bit. If they can force everybody to wear a face diaper because of the Wu Flu, then why not the ordinary flu? Isn't it the same principle? The flu can cause elderly and frail people to slip into pneumonia and die as well. Just a question of how many. So if you want to spend the rest of your life wearing a face diaper and living in this bizarre world of Michael Jacksons parading before you with their masks and gloves on, then by all means participate in the ritualistic cult ceremonies of putting on your face diaper before you go shopping and before you go out to eat. But if you're tired of it, if you're sick of it, then stop doing it. As I've been pointing out repeatedly, and as other people, my allies who I don't really know but nonetheless who are on my side on the internet and elsewhere have been pointing out, These diaper decrees are not being enforced any longer. They are relying on people's mass submission to it and social pressure to keep everybody diapered up. You can generally march right into almost any store and restaurant right now, and nobody will harass you. You got to have the guts to do that. It doesn't take a whole lot of guts. You don't have to be a big dude to do it. You just have to have a little bit of fortitude. And if you're scared to do it, think about how scared you'll be in a regime where everybody's squealing on everybody else for not abiding by the latest insane health tyranny dictates, when your neighbors are sicking the hut crews on you because they saw you undiapered in your own backyard. And if you think that's crazy, it's not. This kind of thing is already happening in other parts of the world, and it damn well will be happening here too if we don't put a stop to it. So that's all I've got for now. More up at epautos.com, the web's best libertarian gearhead site. Thanks as always for listening to the rants and supporting us, and we will catch up with you again soon.